Hey, what's going on?
Oh,
Good
man.
to see you.
Yeah.
When a student comes to me, I want to look at them and ask myself, why were you here? Why are you coming here? And what aren't you telling me? And then giving them that. People have a light and a dark side. And that's human nature. We all have that inside us. But what happens is we never show our dark side. We try to cover it up because we want to get along, right? And that's important. But we have a dark side. And the more you cover it up, the more foreign it gets to you. And what I tell people is when you're training at the Fight Club, show your dark side. Like, see when people hit you, see how you get upset, right? And try to look at your dark side, try to become friends with it. If you can make friends with this, you now become a better fighter. Because to fight, it is a little bit dark. That's the truth. It is a little bit dark. And if you don't study how to understand your dark side, it'll overtake you in a real situation. So when you watch videos of fight, people training in Sistema and at Fight Club, you'll see like lots of contact, and you'll say, why are they doing that? It opens up and brings the dark side up in all of us, both in the person and in the person doing it. When you become friends with this, it calms you down. It's not so unknown to you. You're ready for this, right? And that's why when you walk around, there's a different type of comfort when you faced it. So I love bringing students to the club and training them to understand that. There's an old philosophy that says to be a new student always. That's nothing new. A lot of the philosophers over the ages of ages have talked about this. It takes work to look at something. And think of martial arts. Like martial arts is a perfect example. It doesn't matter, the art's irrelevant. Punch is a punch, a kick is a kick. Wrestling, grabs, weapons. I mean, there's some, really, there's not a whole lot there, to be honest with you. So you will be bored very quickly if that's all there is to you. It's how you see those things that's going to be more important. When you look at a master of any sort, what would differentiate themselves is the amount of detail. So not just martial arts, let's take a musician or a chef. Like, just look at how they cut the food. Look at how they prepare the food. There's so much detail there. For martial arts, you don't need more punches and more kicks. You need to study fewer, actually, but with greater detail. So that practice in and of itself is beautiful. Martial arts always taught me that. But what taught me that to even a greater extent was archery. Like, archery is basically 10 steps. That's it. There's nothing new. There's 10 steps to shooting a bow in archery. You could study 30 years and you're just going to study doing those 10 steps better. That's it. And that amount of detail is, again, not new. The old phrase, chop wood, carry water, right? Just do it better, do it more efficient. And not only do it more efficient, but derive joy from it. Like, don't just do it, love to do it. Anytime I think I'm good at something, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm so good at martial arts or something, right? I go watch a performance of like Cirque du Soleil and then watch these guys. Unbelievable. Balance, coordination. I mean, they're juggling, 10 balls on a big ball, coordinated with 20 other people. And then I went to see a show underwater like this. Like, really, you're like underwater, you're juggling, you're holding your breath. Look at the skills, the flexibility, the strength. They made it even look beautiful. If you're really skilled, it should look beautiful. All the movements that you make in life, any movement that you do rubs off on you. As you fight, that's as you'll live as well. I still remember being a young man and going out to the bars and clubs when I was younger. And, dance music's going on. And I would, throughout the day, I'm like, I still got the move in me, right? hanging out with a good friend that makes you laugh, and it could be days where that feeling stays with you. Well, how is martial arts any different? So we should practice movements and behaviors and attitudes and thinking that rubs off on all parts of our life, right? And that's kind of what I'm trying to show when people train, that you can wrestle with somebody, you can punch them, you can kick them, you can grab them, throw them down, and laugh like good friends in school. How did we do when we were kids? We're able to say sorry if we did too much, and then some of the greatest memories of our time. Stop thinking as people as adversaries, especially when you're training as another good person that is trying to make you a good person. But you have to agitate each other to get there. You're not just going to get there like that, right? So it's very common for me to be bugging somebody, like punching them or choking them, and then laughing about something. And they laugh. And now I've showed them that when they're scared, they can laugh a little bit. Because nobody, in my opinion, at the end of their life will say, I wish I was more serious. Nobody will say that. Say, if I look back at all the very serious situations in my life, me being more serious would not have helped. Me lightening up, I think that would have helped a little bit for sure. Right? So these ideas need to be practiced, and that's kind of what I'm showing here at the Fight Club.